If you guys have 2 yoga blocks, that would be great. If not, that's okay. So it could be any books, anything to kind of lift the floor up to you, and then maybe a strap and a couple blankets. So don't mind, I have a dog as well. And then we'll start on our back bodies here. So if you're not muted, maybe go ahead and mute yourself and then start lying down on your back here. So walk your feet as wide as the mat and then allow the knees to drop in towards one another. So if this feels comfortable for you, it's just a nice way to relax the hip flexors. And then place one hand on your belly and then one hand over your heart. And gently just start to close your eyes. And if knees bent doesn't feel comfortable, you can always straighten the legs out. And as you start to close your eyes, just notice how your physical body is showing up here. So it's at the end of the day. There's a lot going on today. So take this time to tune in more to the inner landscape of the mind and releasing any.
Hey, Elise. Sorry, I accidentally muted you. Can you?
There we go. Can you guys hear me okay?
There we go.
All right. So starting on your back body. Okay, so feet as wide as the mat, knees knocking in towards one another, one hand on the belly and then the other one over the heart. And we're taking a moment here before we start moving to just check in. So notice how your body feels at the end of the day. And since there's a lot going on today, take a moment to just drop into stillness before we start to synchronize breath and movement together. So close the eyes. Allow the physical body to find some stillness. And then everyone start to find the breath. So take a big inhale through the nose, filling the body with breath. Open the mouth, exhale, let it out, slow, steady, smooth. Guide your breath out. A couple more like that. Inhale through the nose, fill the body with breath. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go, slow, steady, smooth. Good, one more inhale, fill the body. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. And the next inhales and exhales will be in through the nose and out through the nose, cultivating your Ujjayi pranayama, which is your ocean sounding breath at the back of the throat. So it almost feels as if you're fogging up a mirror, but your mouth stays closed. So you're taking a moment here to synchronize and maybe create a rhythm with your breath, matching the length to the inhale to the length of the exhale. And then from here, can you maybe start to cultivate an intention for this practice? So what do you want to cultivate on and off your mat? And can you maintain the same quality of breath as you move through all these physical postures? So if breath stops, movement stops, and allow breath to guide you into deeper positions than forcing yourself. So when you're ready, blink your eyes open, take your hands to your side, and your feet are as wide as the mat, and gently just windshield wiper your legs back and forth. So releasing any residual tension in the lower back and forth here, lengthening the hip flexors, the front of the hips. Good. And then let's start to coordinate the central nervous system. So legs drop over to the left, reach your right arm up over your head. Good, and then switch your legs over to the right, reach your left arm up. And just go back and forth, starting to coordinate arms and legs together. Bringing in some movement into the spine. Good, and then gently hug both knees into the chest, push and pull the knees away from you. Good. When you're ready, hug the knees in, split circle and rotate through the hips. So lubricating this ball and socket joint. You're tracing the outer rim of your pelvis with your femur bone here. So notice where you hold some tension. Usually it's in the inner thighs, and then switch the direction when you're ready. Good, and just getting into the hips. All right. So take both knees into the chest and then legs over to the left. Reach your right arm out. So you're in a simple spinal twist. And just notice how your whole right side is completely open. So take a big deep breath into your right sideways, your ribs, your right lower back, where your kidneys are. Deep breath in. Nice full breath out. Good. Gently bring your legs back in the center and switch sides. So both legs over to the right. Left arm reaches out, gaze over your left shoulder. So take a deep breath into the left rib cage, and as you breathe, feel your intercostals expand. So the muscles in between each rib cage feel expand. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. And then gently hug the knees back in. So let's wake up the hamstrings a little bit. So extend the legs out and just circle the ankles back and forth. Or the ankles around. So just articulate this joint for a moment and make sure you go both directions. Good. All right, and then let's rock on up. So hug behind the knees. Take a couple rocks to rock forward and up, just massaging through the spine. And then maybe on the third rock, you're gonna come up and you're just gonna bring your feet a little bit farther forward from your knees. So from here, we're gonna come into a reverse table. So fingertips face the bum. As you press your hands down, reach the chest open out. So inhale, lift the hips, open up the chest, and then exhale, gently lower. Good. Twice more with the breath. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Good. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. All right, let's come into hands and knees. So bringing your wrists in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips, and we'll cycle through a couple cat-cows. So inhale as you invite new breath, new oxygen into the body. And then exhale, squeeze all the stale air out as you find your flexion of the spine. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, spinal flexion. Good. One more. Inhale, find length through the spine, opening up the chest. And then exhale, round through the back. Squeeze all that stale air out. Good. Gently find center. And let's find some lateral flexion of the spine. So send your hips over to the left and gaze over your right shoulder. And from here, take your left hand and reach it past your right hand. So you should feel a stretch in your whole left sideways. Maybe you rock your hips back slightly. Breathe into this left side. Inhale. Full breath out, exhale. Good, gently come back to center and then switch sides. So hips over to the right, gaze over your left shoulder, right hand past the left hand. Either stay here or maybe some of you will rock the hips back for a little bit more stretch to the right side. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Good, all right. So a little bit of core engagement to start. So walk both knees together. Extend the right leg back and just really press through the right heel. Feel the right calf start to lengthen. Notice the tendency to just dump in the low back. So draw the tailbone long, so pelvic tilt, front ribs in. Push the floor away and then pivot the back foot down. Good. Reach the right arm all the way forward, forward, forward. And then turn to your right. So you're in a modified side plank here. From here, can you still find length through the tailbone, front ribs in, reaching the right arm over the head. Maybe you look up. Again, take a deep breath in. Good. As you exhale, spiral the right hand back down and then bring yourself back to center. All right, switching sides, left leg back. Press back through the left heel, stretch through the calf. Push the floor away, Lengthen the tailbone, front ribs in. Good. And then from here, pivot the back foot down. Really reach your left arm over the head, opening up the chest, opening up the rib cage. Good. And then can you really root down through the outer edge of the back foot, opening up the chest. Maybe you look up. Everyone take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale back out the nose. Good. And then gently spiral the left hand back down. All right, coming into our first downward facing dog, walk your hands slightly forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out the feet, so bend one leg, straighten the other. Just working through any tightness in the Achilles, the calves, the hamstrings. Good. All right, and then from here, inhale, shift forward into plank and just pause. So in your plank pose, can you visualize the crown of the head and the sternum moving forward, length through the tailbone. So pelvic tilt again, draw your front ribs in and press through the legs. So squeeze the quads, drive the heels back. Take a breath, inhale, good. And then as you exhale, shift it back, downward facing dog again. Let's come off the wrists and walk our hands back to our feet. Coming into a forward fold. Let the head completely hang and make this less about lengthening through the hamstrings and more about releasing the low back. So if your hamstrings are tight, take a bend in the legs. Let the head go, maybe you shake it out. And then clasp onto forearms here and just allow yourself to sway side to side. Good. If that feels comfortable, if not, you can just hang. Good. Switch the clasp of the forearms here. Deep breath in, nice full breath out. Good. All right. And then from here, take your left hand to the outside of the right foot, bend the left knee, open up to the right, right arm reaches up. Inhale, find length through the spine, and then exhale, reach the right arm over the head, and then spiral it all the way back down, coming back into your forward folds. Good, switch sides. So right hand to the outside of the left foot, bend the right knee, and then open up to the left. Left arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, reach the left arm over the head, and then spiral the arm back down. Beautiful. All right, walk your hands back to your downward facing dog. Good. So the whole point in down dog is to find length in the spine. So a really good tip to do that, everyone come high to the toes. Bend the knees slightly and then push the hips up and back. So you're pushing out of the shoulders and then maybe any amount, allow the heels to descend down to earth. Good. All right, step both feet together. Inhale, reach the right leg up to the height of the hip. Exhale, step it all the way through next to your right thumb tip, lower the back knee down. Good. You could boost your leg up if it didn't make it, uncurl the back toes. All right, inhale, find length to the spine, send the sternum forward, and then exhale, hinge your hips back and send your toes to your shin to stretch through your hamstring. So the front of the back thigh. So inhale, find length to the spine again, and then exhale, fold forward a little or a lot, or maybe not at all. If you have blocks or books, you could also stack them and place your hands a little bit higher, especially if the hamstrings are tight. So wherever you are, can you find your breath? Take a nice deep breath in and a nice full breath out. All right, inhale, shift it forward into your lunge. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up. Root down through your left hand. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Good. Exhale, gently lower the hand back down. Step your right foot back, plank pose, and options here. You can either do this in plank or you can come onto your knees. Wherever you're at, inhale, shift forward, and then exhale, how slowly can you lower all the way down to earth? Try to land your chest and your pelvis at the same time. Once you're down, uncurl your back, uncurl your toes. Find length through the tailbone, and then inhale, peel the chest up for your baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Good. Take your fingertips out to the side. Okay, so your like little tents in line with the shoulders. Inhale, intimidating cobra. Exhale, lower. Good. Bring your hands back to your side waist. And then options here again. Curl the toes under, press the legs to straight, and you can either come up on hands and knees or press up in one smooth line plank. Shift up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath in here. Open the mouth, exhale. All right. Side two, inhale, reach the left leg up to the height of the hip. Exhale, step it all the way through next to your left thumb tip. Lower the back knee down. Uncurl the back toes. Inhale, can you sink your hips low, but still protect the low back? Okay, so lengthen through the tailbone. Good, and then exhale, hinge your hips back as you drive your toes to your shin. Good, so you might need to adjust this front leg, especially if the hamstrings are tight. You could bring in blocks underneath your hands, but find your breath. So inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, whatever you did on side one, do that again on side two. And then stay here for a moment and breathe. Take a deep breath in, and a nice full breath out. All right, inhale, shift it forward. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up. Root down through your right hand. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, lower the hand back down to earth. Step your left foot back, plank pose. Again, options, you could do this on the knees. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway and pause. Flip over your toes here. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. And then exhale, push it up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, inhale, come high to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step, take like little mini steps up to the top of the mat. Good, feet are about hip width apart. Inhale, come up halfway, find length in the spine, no rounding. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up through space, palms step to the top. Exhale, hands to heart space. Good, let's flow this out a little bit. So inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hinging from the hips, forward folds. Inhale, come up halfway again. Exhale, fold. Good. Step your right foot back, followed by the left, coming into your plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Flip over the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, shift it up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right. Inhale, reach the right leg up to the height of the hip. Exhale, step it all the way through. Pivot the back heel down. Your front heel should be lined up with your back arch. And then windmill your arms all the way up, warrior two. So really make sure this front knee tracks over this second big toe. Really reach vigorously with both arms and allow the shoulders to relax down. Gazing over your front middle finger, find your breath. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, can you allow the shoulders to descend, the jaw to unhinge? On your inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach your right arm up, left arm wraps behind. And then from here, bring your hands back to center and onto the hips, straighten the front leg. Parallel both feet, so both feet are facing forward. Interlace your hands behind you. So if you have a strap, you could use that. Okay, so interlace, drive the elbows in towards one another, and then inhale, open through the chest, and exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Good, let the head completely hang here. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, release the hands down to earth, come up halfway, find length, and then start to just crawl to your right. So you're coming into your right low lunge again. And just gently step the right foot back again. Downward facing dog. Side two, inhale, reach the left leg up to the height of the hip. Exhale, step it all the way through. Pivot the back heel down. And then windmill your arms up, warrior two. Good, really root down through the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe you sink a little bit lower. Good. Can you find a balance between steadiness and ease here? And invite in the breath. Take a deep breath in and a nice full breath out. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches up, right hand wraps behind. Good. And then from here, bring yourself back into your warrior two. Take your hands to your hips, straighten the front leg. Parallel your feet. Okay, and same thing. We're going to interlace hands behind you and use your hands to help guide your tailbone down. Draw the elbows in towards one another. Straighten the arms. Inhale, open the chest, and then exhale, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Good. So same thing, same pose that we were just in. Notice if it's more accessible right now. Take a deep breath in. Good. On your exhale, release the hands, come up halfway again, and crawl over to your left this time. Good. Take your leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale, deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. Take your knees down to the ground, and then let's come onto our back bodies again. So we'll come into our bridge pose, and from here, allow your feet to be underneath your knees and about hip width apart. So everyone grab the edges of the mat, and we'll start with a pelvic tilt. So draw the lower back down into the mat. So frontal hip bones towards the frontal ribs, and then peel the hips up. But maybe start to gather your shoulders underneath you a little bit, opening the chest. For those of you who want this, you could interlace the hands underneath your tail. Good. Lengthen through the tailbone. It's really easy to load into the lower back here. So can you find more length through the sacrum and the tailbone? Spiral the inner thighs down. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. Gently release the clasp if you were doing that. And slowly articulate your spine down one vertebrae at a time. Upper back, mid back, low back, sacrum. All right, walk your feet as wide as the mat, windshield wiper your legs back and forth. So notice this is where we started. So we're ending with how we started, and hopefully you guys are able to feel the effects of your practice. Cycling and synchronizing movement and breath, and seeing what that does to the mind. So hug the knees in, maybe rock side to side. Good. And then from here, let's rock on up and come into a couple forward folds and hip openers. So options here. So from here, you could extend your right leg out and then cross your left leg over your right. So if this is not enough, you could always bend the right knee as long as you're sitting on both sit bones. So wherever you are, I'll demonstrate the modified version. So my right leg is straight. Grab your right arm around your left knee. Inhale, reach your left arm up, and then exhale, send it behind you. You're coming into a twist. Good. So can everyone do this with the breath? So inhale as you lengthen out of the lower back. And then exhale, can you turn around the axis of your spine a little bit further? Maybe gaze over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Nice full breath out. Good. Gently bring yourself back to center and switch sides. So straighten the left leg, allow the right leg to come over. And whatever version you were doing on side one, just do that on side two. So grab a hold of the right leg, inhale, reach the right arm up, and then exhale, send the arm behind you. Good. So inhale, climb out of the lower back, find length in the spine, and then exhale, revolve a little bit further. Allow your breath to take you to more ranges of motion than anything else. Maybe you gaze over the right shoulder, take a deep full breath in. And a nice full breath out. Good. All right, so let's work on some length in the hamstrings a little bit. So extend the right leg out again and bend through the left foot, so left leg. So the left foot is in the inner right thigh. Inhale as you reach both arms up, and then exhale, revolve over your right leg. Inhale again, find length in the spine, and then exhale, forward folds. Good. So if your low back is talking to you and you feel a pull, maybe you could bend this front knee slightly. Okay, so allow yourself to just land wherever you're at. Don't force it here. Let the head completely go. And just take a moment to drop in. Allow the exhales to last a little bit longer than the inhales. And if you want, maybe you take both arms to the outside of the right leg. So spiral your left rib cage down and then really reach over to the right, maybe feeling a stretch in your whole left side waist. Take a deep breath in there. And a nice full breath out. Good, and notice the more we spend time on our exhalations, we're switching from the sympathetic nervous system, which is our stress, our fight or flight, and moving more into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest response. So take your time here with your exhales. Now everyone take one final deep breath in. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Good, gently bring yourself back up and let's switch sides. So extend the left leg out, bend the right. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, revolve your torso over your left leg. Inhale, find length again. And then exhale, forward folds. Good. So really allow yourself to land. So don't force anything. Start to become a little bit more connected with your breath here. And allow your breath again to take you to more ranges. Maybe you walk both hands to the outside of the left leg, spiraling your right rib cage down. Good. Allow the head to completely go. And just breathe into maybe the right side waist. Good. Take one final deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. Let's do that again, actually. Inhale. Full breath out, exhale. Good, and then gently bring yourself back up and let's find some symmetry in the body really quick. So both legs to straight. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward folds. And you can allow your hands to land wherever they're at. So whether feet, ankles, shins, wherever feels comfortable for you. And again, breathe into your back body. So even though we're folding in on ourselves, our whole back body is completely open. So send your breath to your lower back. And then open the mouth, exhale that out. Good. On your next inhale, walk your hands forward and then come into a nice seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. Come high to your sit bones, allow your hands to rest comfortably on your lap and just pause, close your eyes. And before we end, just take a moment in this seated meditation to just notice how your body feels right now. Notice if there was any change from how you first started to how you feel now. How did it feel to synchronize breath and movement together, to just stay present for even just 30 minutes, and to carve out time for yourself, especially today? And then notice as well, were you able to ease the fluctuations of your mind? Good. Bring your hands to your heart space and just acknowledging your inner teacher and your own ability to bring yourself back to center every time you might wander off. And that's what a lot of the yoga is about. So it's not how perfect you do poses, but how gracefully you come back to yourself. Take a final deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we know the beauty of our own true nature. May we be healed, and may we be a source of healing in this world. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. My name is Elise. It was a pleasure to teach you guys. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thank you, Elise. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this short 30-minute flow. I know that I struggled a lot. I don't stretch like that often, but it felt good. And I hope all of you feel good. Elise, if you don't mind, can you perhaps just drop your email in the chat? And if anybody wants to connect with you afterwards, or maybe wants to continue yoga with you, they could reach out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I teach a lot, so just let me know. You're welcome, everyone.
That was wonderful. I just wanted to tell you.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm glad. We all kind of need some of that, especially today. So take care of yourselves. And then I dropped my email in the chat box. So my email's in there if you guys want to contact me. I dropped it in there, but it was really nice leading you guys through that.
Thank you so much. It was amazing.
Good. I'm glad. You're welcome, everyone. All right, I'm gonna hop off. Or actually, if you guys have any questions, I could be here, but whatever you guys want. All right, you're welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, thank you. I'm sure everybody will, or some individuals will contact you. You don't have to stay on. We do have an agenda to follow, but
Oh, okay,
I really
that's
appreciate
fine
you
then.
doing this.
Okay, all right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you, Elise. Bye.
Thank you.
Awesome. So if everybody could take the next minute or so to change their name to the family group that they belong in, that way we can meet with our families and begin conversing about how our last 2 weeks have been, and then we will go on from there.
I'm gonna try something. There's a setting that allows you to pick your breakout room. So I'm just gonna click on that and see what happens. Hold on, let me rename them. All right. You get choices?
Yes.
All right. See if you can hop in your own room. Click on the one that pertains to you, whoever your family is.
En estos momentos vamos a meternos a nuestros grupos, así que eligen el grupo en donde estén, tendrán la opción, nos veremos ahí.
I don't see it, Josh.
Are we supposed to be seeing something?
I don't see it.
See it.
Did
You
you not
click
see
the
it?
breakout room button.
clearly some people are leaving.
Yeah, I don't actually see a button.
Where's the
Yeah,
button?
mine doesn't have one either.
Well, at the
Alright.
bottom,
I will assign whoever else is still here.
but at the bottom next to record, there should be 4 little squares and it says breakout rooms.
Not everybody has
Yes.
No,
Oh.
I don't see it.
Go to, if you click on more. All right, so Angie's going to prep. Whoops. Arlene's going to. Some people are getting it. Oh, it was worth a
Me?
shot.
If we named ourselves already, did it? That shouldn't make a difference, right?
No, no, no. But I can still assign everyone since you've named yourself. So I don't know what group Alicia's in, or Fernando, Gabriella, Arlene.
It was somewhat of a success. It seemed like a lot of people left.
They paid for their reservation. We'll see. They who knows where they are.
They're in their rooms, at least from my end. That's what it looks like. There's still a few that I don't know. Oh, there you go. Kim's prep, Natalia's prep, Dr. Roy prep, Stanley program, prep, foundation, Fernando says Camino, Yesenia Camino, Graciela Sandra, I think is prep.
Miss Sandra is a prep.
Yes. And Pipi, Graciela and Alicia. Graciela and Pipi. Not sure. I'm a programmer. And Graciela and Pipi, do you know which groups you're in?